Hi, this is Nicole. You're watching Half Dice Will Travel, and we're playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Welcome back to Half Dice Will Travel. Last we met our adventurers, they fought a troll and met their new employer, Followthemp Getarm. The adventurers are tasked with finding his lost friend, Floon Blackmar. Stepping into the light of the day, the sun is blazing in the sky, and a gust of warm summer wind blows a small dust cloud up and envelops our heroes. A long, partially populated road lies ahead of our heroes, and they take the first steps in a heat-stricken city, sighing under the blazing heat of summer. As the heroes move off into the sunlight, we get our first clear sight of our parties. Let's take a closer look. First, we see Kagran, our infamous wizard. Cor, please describe your character.
Uh, so first off, the very cheap hair dye that Thaden applied only a couple hours ago is starting to flake out and is revealing some bright pink hair. Overall, Kagran is rather disheveled, his clothes in tatters and covered in patches, um, and all very mismatched as well.
Okay. Right behind him is Thaden, a paladin with luck on his side. Mark, please describe your character.
Well, as Thaden walks out, you notice a dashing young man with blonde hair and a well-trimmed beard. He has blue eyes that seem to be smiling. Fairly tall and skinny, he wears all black that make him seem like a silhouette of a man. He has a pin over his heart that looks like a gold coin with a smiling lady on it, and carries a long, thin blade at his side and a small black shield strapped to his.
Cool. Two smaller dwarves are walking next to each other. The tension between them is electric. First, we take a look at Kaliana, our red-haired mystery. Nicole, please describe your character.
Kaliana is a dwarf, as you said. She's got a thick red braid. It's long braid pulled forward in front of her. She's got like a thick scarf around her neck, and she looks like your typical, little dwarfen female. Yeah.
Okay. Keeping a close eye on her is a sturdy smith, Hjalder. Sure, please describe your character.
Hjalder is a pretty young dwarf. He has a thick beard, and he's a brawny, muscled, strong dwarf covered in a layer of soot. And he has a couple of burn marks on mostly his arms and his chest because leather aprons are for sissies, and dwarves are not sissies. They're amazing black.
Agreed. Staying well within the group, we find our magical thiefling. Sam, please describe your character.
Phoenix has red skin, sort of kind of brownish hair, but it's almost got like gold flecks at the tips. She keeps herself pretty well covered. So whenever she doesn't want to be noticed, she's normally got her hood up, which is also red, more of like a deeper red color, a dark brown leather corset. And she does have long, sort of slightly arched tiefling horns and a tail that she, again, keeps kind of hidden under the cloak that she pretty much always wears. She has ice blue eyes, but generally tries to avoid being noticed. She doesn't really like it when people know that she's around. She's not like sneaky. She just doesn't like people.
As you guys make your way over to Snail Street, which is the main road towards the dockyard, you notice that there is a bit of ruckus going on a little bit further down the road. You find yourself on a you find yourself on a street that has been cordoned off by the city watch. Lying on the cobblestones are half a dozen corpses, seemingly the victims of a terrible skirmish that happened. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of questioning witnesses. As you approach, one of the officers sees you. Get on, please, get on. Nothing to see, nothing to see. Please move on.
I keep telling you, I still have to pick up my weapons before we get into shit, and this is some shit. So if we could just swing by the workshop, that'd be good.
Yeah, does this kind of thing happen all the time?
Please, nothing to see here. Please just move along. Get on, please.
As you, sir. I think we better get your weapons all the same.
Yeah, why don't you lead the way?
I take the party on a little detour back to
Sure,
where we came from, then further north. I mean, I feel it's like I railroaded you here, but still, I need. And after some rummaging in the workshop, Hjalder comes out with a great dwarven warhammer and a chainmail, and he's ready to do some investigating.
Okay. Back on the Trader's Way, where the Smiths Guild of Hjalder is located, you are entering upon the market. You see that not a lot of people are outside right now. It's approaching noon. The summer days getting at its hottest. You feel sweat breaking in all sides and orifices, and you try and stay in the shadow more or less as you go back to the high road and descend over the snowway back into the dockyard. Um, you know that you are tasked to go to the Skewered Dragon, the inn that Floon was last seen in. And moving over Zastro Street, where I'll put the party token. Zastro Street, there we go. On the corner on Fillet Lane, you come upon a curious shop. There's a shop that stands out from the others in the street. It has a deep purple facade, and in its window hangs a huge stuffed beholder. And above the door hangs a sign whose elaborate letters spell out Old Zoblob Shop.
Please tell me we have time to enter.
I second that. I absolutely want to go into this shop.
I'm not sure. It's just one of those other curiosity shops. And besides, I am in massive debt right now, thanks to somebody.
Wouter,
Wait.
given that this is is this in the dock ward, it looks like?
It's the start of the dock ward.
So would I know what this shop is?
Yes, you would know that it's a very old shop. It's been there for years and years. It has gone from different owners. It's a trinket shop. It's just curiosities, knickknacks that you can buy there. You know that there's a gnome who runs it right now, with legends of his in the Undermountain flowing through the entire dockyard. Probably not all of them, or even one of them, is true, but it is one of the beacons of the dockyard. The rest of the dockyard is different. It is tall, densely packed tenements that leave most of the neighborhood just in shadow on ground level. Most of the street lights have their glasses smashed, their candles even stolen, and the smell of salt air and excrement just lingers as you pass by the rows of rundown buildings. The fact that this deep purple color and this curiosity shop is here, it's a different vibe than the rest of the dockyard. It's been left untouched by most vandalism or crime that could take place in the dockyard.
Okay, so I tell the party, this is it's like a trinket shop. It's run by a sweet old gnome. I don't know if we have a lot of need to go in right now when we're looking for Volo's friend, but...
Yeah, it's all very intriguing to go antiquing, but I mean, we have a job to do.
Wait,
Well, I've
Sooner we
actually
get that
been
job
been
done.
there before. I just love this shop. I love the little antiquing, as you say.
Well, this will be a great place to go after we finish the job and get paid for said job and have money from getting paid from said job to spend.
but what if, being the only untouched place in the docks, this is exactly the kind of place our little flamboyant friend will go?
So you're saying that you expect the person who may have probably been kidnapped to be in the safest place in the docks?
Maybe they've seen him. It's a stretch, but we're right here.
Phoenix kind of looks down at like her super tattered clothing and like her well-worn cloak that's just like covered in like dirt, and just kind of looks sort of to her pockets as if to say like I have no reason to go in here.
Quick
Nah,
peek. Hello
we
to
should
the
continue.
owner. Fine.
No, Thaden, I was with you. I mean, we could real quick. Have you seen this guy? Take a quick look around. Bub's your uncle. We're on your way.
All right, hop in. Probably not. Leave. That is the order of events. That is our plan.
Fantastic. And Thaden
All
will
right.
just
Swing the
bustle
door
in.
open. Okay, at the moment that you swing the door open, you hear this bell going on. Ding-ling-ling. And a cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke just trills out of the shop's door as you peer inside. Every wall is painted purple, and every dusty knickknack on the shelf is dyed in a deep violet. There's a hairless old gnome sitting cross-legged on the counter, and he wears plum-collared robes. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple face-painted eyes. And the gnome, he lowers his pipe and he exhales this cloud of lavender smoke before raising a hand. Hail and well met! Come browse the shelves of the most curious curiosity shop in the world!
Well, it's very purple.
Hey,
more
it's
of a
the
winter
favorite
related-
color!
Could have guessed.
I said, what is your name, good gnome?
Ha! You don't know me? He like straightens his entire robe. People call me Urimin, or Yuri for short. But do not call me short.
I'm sorry, is your name Yorin?
Urimin!
I see. Well, what a lovely shop you have, my friend.
Little, it is the largest curiosity shop in the world. Look at all of the knickknacks that I have. Can I interest you in one?
I said lovely, not little. I would never say little about your enormous shop.
Not a great color selection, though.
Why not?
Oh,
I have
I like
every
it.
color purple in the shop that you can imaginably think ever.
Just not a purple guy, personally. Nothing personal.
I cannot help it that you do not have the right taste for my knickknacks.
While he's talking, can I take a quick walk around to see if there's anything that catches my attention? Maybe something to do with Timora?
Make me a perception check. You see all kinds of stuff.
That's a whopping 7.
Whopping 7. You see a glass orb filled with water in which swims a clockwork goldfish. You see an alabaster mask. You see a set of bone pipes, purple bone pipes. There's a very small needle with a card next to it, the needle that never bent. There is an ornate brooch of dwarven design. There are several keys and tiny cages in different shapes, sizes, and forms. Nothing that you really think has any connection to Timora, but what does catch your eye is a pair of old purple socks.
I take a closer look at the socks.
They are extremely well made.
Kagran leans over. Sorry, bud, I don't think they come in black.
Purple might be my new color. Curious. Tell me about these socks, good man.
Well, seeing as you are a man of black, we should call it extremely deep violet socks. And perhaps it will suit your style. Maybe even bring some Shazam into your wardrobe.
I do like
do like-
Shazam.
You could have Shazam for 1 dragon.
Ooh, that's a lot of Shazam for me right now.
But they are the darkest purple violet shocks you've ever seen. Very high on
Honestly,
the man.
dear gnome, actually, we came in here for a purpose. It was to ask you a question.
Which is?
We were looking for a man who was in these parts a couple days ago. Perhaps he stepped into your shop at some point. Master Dwarf, you have his description, don't you, written down?
Floon. His name's Floon. I remember that.
Yeah, he was like pretty, but really stupid.
He's human.
Red hair,
He's
early
a-
30s, princely garb.
I mean,
Yeah, what he said.
and who knows what I've seen? Perhaps you have some item of, let's say, purple variety to loosen my tongue. And he extends his gnomey fingers.
Before I fall for this bullshit, has he actually seen something, or is he just trying to?
Maybe an insight check. Okay, so with a 7, you do believe that he knows something.
I mean, I'm thinking this is a waste of time. But really,
Well, sorry, we don't have anything purple. I guess we'll just have to come back some other time if we find any lilac.
Fine.
Something else purple, I guess.
Oh, a lot of things are purple.
I'm sure we can stumble upon something. Let me assure you, my friend, that this is in dire need. Finding this person is of utmost importance. We believe he's in danger. Any information you could give would might save a man's life.
I promise you, as soon as we come across something purple, we'll bring it back and give it to you.
You can both
Sell
roll
it
me a
to ya.
persuasion check.
As a 13 for Kelly.
16?
The hand that he has extended out turns into a handshake. He looks you dead in the eye. Okay, deal. I will tell you what I know, but you will give me something purple as soon as you come upon it.
That sounds fair, my good man.
Absolutely.
What say you? Yeah, rest of you good with this deal?
Sure, whatever.
I will shake his hand.
Okay. A deal is a deal. I think I have seen the fellow that you describe. I do not know his name, but he was well dressed, and there was another person with similar appearance. They were jumped right outside my shop by rough-looking men in black leather armor. I believe there were 5, if I remember correctly. Yeah, five attackers on him, but none of them really looked familiar to me. One of them did have a black tattoo of a winged snake on his neck, though. But that's all I know.
Tattoo.
Is
Have
it
you
some
seen these men
Shenron bullshit?
before?
No, I don't know. I don't recall seeing any of them in my boutique.
Hmm.
But they were
I have-
thoroughly drunk, so I reckon they went out drinking somewhere.
I have to say that's a remarkably accurate recollection of the person we happen to be looking for. Was there anything else unusual about the situation that made it stick out?
Yeah, insight check. Do I believe he's telling the
Sure, maybe inside. You absolutely are thoroughly convinced that he's telling the truth. Um, he turns his attention. Well, miss, it's not every day that somebody gets jumped right in front of a shop. I tend to remember events that don't happen often. I might be small, but I'm not stupid.
And did you call the guards, or did the guards come by after?
Oh no, no, no.
Why not?
Have you not noticed the tension around Waterdeep? With the two, there are two factions. I believe the Zentar and um, Xanatar's guild. I think they're called Xanatar's guild. They are having a gang feud right now. I believe that the black tattoo that I have seen is one of the emblems of the Zentrim, so best not to meddle in those affairs with mine.
Fair enough.
Have I heard of this other group, the Xanatar?
Um, you
Or is it
know
not
the
really a guild?
it's not thieves guilds or even similar to like brigand guilds. There are banished by law in Waterdeep. There's no existence of any of these. But Waterdeep knows an underground world where thieves and bandits roam in different. You know that that the name exists. You know that there are several, like most of them who aren't associated with it are usually fences around town, the more shady parts of town where people deal in stuff you don't really want to know what's inside of boxes that they.
Well, that has all been great information, my friend. We will definitely be on the lookout for a purple light.
So when we walk outside, Yalda says, I suggest we find some of those shady types. Anyone got some connections?
Not I. I just got.
I mean, I know some stuff.
Like, what kind of
It's
stuff?
been a while since I've been in the city, but I mean, I'm pretty well versed on.
I mean,
Yeah, I figured this much.
I mean, I could certainly take you to some of the, sort of bars and hangouts in the shadier parts of town. I just don't know how much trouble you want to get into.
Should we try that bar first?
Yeah, the skewered dragon.
So as you guys exit the shop and make your way to the Skewered Dragon, which is only a couple of hundred feet away from Zoblop's shop, you happen upon the Skewered Dragon. It looks like a complete ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are completely smashed. There's a large ship anchor just lodged into the roof. Uh, um, Through the windows, you can see a group of haggard patrons just drinking from huge wooden tankards. The entire room is just filled with not that much of a welcoming vibe.
All right, guys, follow my lead. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. Don't think about anyone, because some of them can tell.
So,
Try not to get so.
so basically, just do what I normally do.
This sounds like good advice, but then how are we gonna find out about Floon?
You're going to follow my lead. Those are the general rules. The specific rule was follow my lead.
Okay.
Understood? I need a verbal yes from all of you.
Callie literally
talking
just
to
stares at him.
Phoenix just puts her cloak back over her head, but kind of follows slowly behind Kagran.
All right, I'm gonna
Callie
walk
kind
right
of
up to
puts
the
her
bartender.
foot up.
If Thaden's like, yeah, follow you, and he's just like gawking at everyone.
Yeah, I totally
Like,
did the
turn
beer
around
thing.
to make sure.
There's it's not too crowded. You see a dwarf tending to the bar. He has white, grayish hair, almost tucked into a ponytail in the back. You notice that he's got quite some combat scars. His right eye is gouged and completely white, with a large scar running over his face. He's extremely muscular. He's a dwarf. He doesn't have a beard for some reason, which normally dwarves do, but this one doesn't. And he is, as you would expect, cleaning his tankards. The rest of the room is filled with random patrons, all sorts and sizes, shapes and wares. Most of them don't really take notice of the fact that you've come in. Some of the regulars hanging at the bar.
I'm gonna approach the barkeep and try and get his attention. I'm gonna reach into my bag, pull my magic orb out, and just kind of set it, holding it on the counter and looking at him.
He looks at you but keeps cleaning his tank.
Phoenix pulls up right next to Kagran and lowers her cloak so the bartender can see her, and she just kind of looks at him.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the name Kagran Canifer?
And so I have no.
Ah, so you have heard of me. I'm
No,
famously
so.
poorly known. Nobody knows who I am. What everyone knows about. I'm Kagran Canifer, the infamous. They call me Kagran, which is really sort of a nickname. I mean, kind of counts. Kagran Canifer. Never heard of him. It's one syllable less, so maybe not a great nickname. Anyway, we're looking for information.
Oh. What kind of information?
There was a gentleman, a particularly attractive one, in your bar here the other night. Red hair, mid-30s,
Uh-huh.
goes by the name of Floon Blagma. Ever seen?
Can't say I have.
Can I make an insight check?
You thoroughly leave with an absolute normal one, which is again your first roll, and you suck
Uh-huh.
at that. He's telling the truth.
Which means I get to re-roll one. Boom.
It was 17.
17.
You're lucky ass.
Don't worry, we're gonna add an animation at the bottom of every video, and it's gonna be a tracker for how many times Kagran rolls a 1.
Oh, good.
He probably knows more than he left.
Does this jog your memory? And I'm gonna pull one gold dragon, set it on the table, close to me, or counter rather, close to me, but where he can see it.
Yeah, he looks over to where you put it down. Can't say it really rings my memory now.
Callie,
Vague images come to mind, but no, I can't really say that I've got a clear image, if you know what I mean.
I
Callie
think
walks
I
up and-
understand. Have a nice day. I take the coin and put it back in my pocket. Turn to the others. Well, guys, this guy doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I mean, I totally would have given 2 dragons to someone who knows something, but clearly he doesn't. So maybe we should ask around. Someone else probably wants 2 dragons, don't you think, Kagran?
I want 2 dragons. I know a little bit.
Play along.
Oh, right, 2 dragons. Right, I would have paid 2 dragons to somebody who knew something more than I know, because I know things too, but I don't need 2 dragons. Right?
Right. Well, if only we could have this information, 2 dragons would be available. It's a shame this barkeep doesn't know. Let's ask around maybe a little further. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe even like 3 dragons. Like, this is 3 dragon level information here.
Well, let's not go
I mean,
crazy
We
there.
can go with 3 dragons. Yeah, we can
Kagran,
go with 3
let's-
dragons.
Well,
Phoenix just goes up to the bartender and she uses thaumaturgy to magically magnify her voice a bit, but then she whispers, so it's like this really creepy loud whisper.
Like ASMR.
Yeah. Exactly. And she just says, I know that you know more than you're letting on. And if you don't tell us, I'm going to make sure that I tell a lot of bad people that you're not helping us.
Maybe intimidation.
Intimidation left.
20.
Okay. He. You see this small vein in his neck starting to pound a bit, and he gets a little bit nervous. He looks you in the eyes and. I think I know your face, and I think I don't want no trouble. Tell you what, the bugger was here, drinking with that stuck-up son of what's his face, the former open lord of Waterdeep. Never Ember, that's the name. Never Ember's son. Chipperville blocked that one. Just not a spoiled rich noble who likes to rub our noses in it.
I know him.
Those two, they drank and played a round of 3 Dragons Ante before leaving, I'll believe around midnight. Shortly after, 5 men followed them out. But I don't really know what happened after that. They all just cleared their tabs, which is fine with me.
Let me ask you something, barkeep. Did one of these men have a tattoo on his forearm?
I think they all had tattoos. So yeah, it might be one on one's forearm.
Quick,
Where-
what was the forearm tattoo of?
it's a black tattoo.
It's a
The bla-
snake.
black
It's a
snake one.
Xantherin snake.
Yeah, the Xanthar.
Yeah,
that
black
thing.
snake.
Like I was saying, good man, was it a xanthrum snake that you saw on this forearm?
Oh yeah, now that you say it. I reckon I do know these fellas. I think they frequent a warehouse on Kendall Lane just down the road. You look for the snake symbol on the door.
Makes sense.
Worst hidden group ever.
Hey, we're looking for these black snake people. Oh yeah, they're down the road behind the door, marked with a black
Do
snake.
you know anything else about them? I mean,
No.
is this like a business? Do they run a business you can just enter?
I think it's a warehouse where they store ship supplies that come in. As far as I know, it's legitimate. But who
Do you
knows
know if
what's
they're,
legitimate here in the dockyard?
Do you know if they're taking applications?
Don't care.
What
Thaden
else can you tell
eyeballs
us?
Kagran, like gives him a little stink eye from the side.
What?
Kagrin, I think you already have a job.
This hardly counts as a job. This
Not
is
yet. Give it time.
a one-time payment thing.
A lot of money, though.
Good sir, what can you tell us? Can you tell us anything about the Zentharum in general?
Nothing more than anybody would know. Shady bunch of folk.
Were they were they dicing with the guys that they followed out?
No, no. The one that you're searching for and his friend. Never Emberson. They were playing three antis dragon. The other five were just drinking.
Was a man named Volo with them earlier in the day?
No, can't say they might have been. I don't remember names.
Floppy hat, frilly outfit.
A bit full of himself.
Yeah, I think I remember that, man.
He probably tried to sell you a book.
Or give you one for free?
No, no, can't say. I do think I believe him that he was here, but it was a very busy night. Couple of new ships came in, you see. Lot of sailors drinking here.
That makes sense.
He
Well,
was,
I do.
I think he was one of the eccentrics.
I do have a question. What would you do with the drunken like early in the morning?
Early in the morning, yeah, yeah.
I reckon
A-
try and start
a-hole.
breakfast.
Eho up she rises.
Oh, usually they don't rise. I have to pull them up from the gutter.
Yeah, yeah. Figured
I
as
think I
much.
get it.
Alright, well, unless anybody else wants a drink or something, I say we go check out the Black Snake door on Kendall Lane.
Yeah, sure was useful that Phoenix over here is real scary. Otherwise, we would have had to pay this guy money.
Yeah, no, that was much better than having to pay. Good job,
Uh,
Phoenix.
When you guys turn around, Phoenix is like gone. She's not behind you anymore. She's like over in a corner with her hood up. She just kind of nods.
The bartender just like as he drags his rag over the bar top, he like scoops up the dragon and just puts it in his pocket and winks at you.
I wink back. Should we check out this warehouse?
The real question is why house? No? Okay, yeah, let's check it out.
Or who house?
Indeed. You are much wiser than you seem there, Kagran.
That's what they call me, Wise Kagran.
You have lots of names. Is that normal in these parts? Do you all have lots of names?
No, I am far from normal.
Pretty much the one.
So just Kagran the Magnificent.
Nobody calls me that.
I took a gamble. I lost.
Well then, Kagran Wayshore, show us the way.
They do call me that. Let's see. I think it's this way. I just pick a random direction. I have no idea.
Does Phoenix? Well, that's what I was gonna say. Phoenix would actually know the way. So is he going the right way?
So y'all know, but I just follow him for shits and giggles.
No, probably not. I mean, if he was planning on doing the scenic tour, then yes. But going there directly might be more efficient if you go a different direction.
So Phoenix just very politely says to Kagran, and kind of everybody else, she goes, so I know that maybe you're just wanting to show these newcomers around our lovely city, but I think if we go this way, we could probably knock it out a lot faster and get you your money.
Well, I mean, if you want to get there faster, if I'd known that, I obviously would have gone that way first.
Okay, so as you were approaching Snail Street, you guys turn around and head back up through Zastro Street, one of the larger ways on outlet on the Way of the Dragon. As soon as you hit the Way of the Dragon, you turn left into Candle Lane. The buildings on either side of Candle Lane are so tall and so tightly packed that light hardly touches the street. Um, Gloom envelops a narrow alley as dark as a dungeon and as odorous as one as well. Nearly all of the street lamps have been smashed. The only light that pierces the darkness is a faint flickering from down the lane like a distant candle.
I'd like to check if there are people watching us in here, this alley.
You don't see anything or anyone right now in the alley.
Hey,
Um,
hey guys. So, this real quick. This is a special area. Candle Lane. There's like a lot of spooky stuff happens here. Phoenix. I don't know if you've heard about the mystery of Candle Lane.
I mean, I've literally lived here my entire life. Like in this exact area.
But that wasn't the question, though.
So, so you've heard of the Candle Lane ghosts?
Huh?
I'm like 90% sure I'm not making this up, okay? I mean, I haven't been back to the city in a while, but I'm pretty sure I remember hearing, like, we gotta be careful on this street because there's, like, tricksters, like will-o'-the-wisps kind of thing.
Uh, I mean, you also call paper birds flappy flappies, so,
This
Got
is
point.
also true. This is true. All right, you know what? Never mind. Forget I said anything. I'm sure this will be fine.
Either way,
Thaden's
if
in the
there
back of
are
the group
ghosts here,
shivering.
if there are ghosts here, I'd like to point out that my route wasn't going to take us through any ghost lanes. Just want to put that on the table.
Your route wasn't going to take us anywhere, Kagrin.
Every route.
See, I wasn't gonna say
Yeah,
anything.
gotta
anything
take us somewhere.
But now that you're all making fun of me for calling them flappy flappies, forget it. I mean,
If we're about to approach this warehouse, perhaps we should be on the lookout a little bit. What do you think?
yeah, I could go take a quick look ahead.
Why don't the rest of you walk normally while I slip into the shadows?
And find some ghosts.
Hopefully not.
If you do find a ghost, be sure to yell so we can run away from the ghost.
Thaden will
Thaden, would
try
you like some help?
he will slip into the shadows.
Before he leaves, I touch him gently and I go, Moradin guides you. And I cast
Could you repeat that? What did you cast?
guidance.
It's a weird thing to say.
Do you
Alright, I
require a
guess
stealth
Thaden
check
can
there?
flip it.
Yeah. If
DM?
you want to actually actively stealth, then yes.
All right, voice in the sky. We'll roll stealth.
Phoenix would like to stealth as well.
Callie is also stealthing.
Okay, everybody who's
Everybody
stealth,
who's
I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just standing here, being all perceptive and shit.
Kagran would like to stealth, but knowing him, he's probably not going to do a very good job. Oh.
Nice job. So I rolled a 14.
Callie rolled a 7 and is rethinking her career as a rogue.
Oh.
And Yaller has lost sight of you all with a 6.
I just rolled a 6 on perception. You guys are gone.
Wait, where did they all go?
Thaden gets 25 with the guidance.
Yeah. I was going to say that the shadows have accepted you, but I think you have become a shadow.
We should give him some purple socks so we can track him more easily.
You're now
Or a
the Homer
belt.
Simpson of backing into bushes.
Yeah.
Okay. You have all hidden yourself behind crates, barrels, parts of buildings that are hanging out, darker bits of and bobs of the alleyway. Only Hjaller is standing in the middle, and he sees an empty Candle Lane.
I'm gonna walk
Uh,
all casual like towards the warehouse.
Phoenix is going to use taumaturgy to make ghost sounds for Callie.
See, you hear that? You hear? I told you there was ghosts.
Are we close to the warehouse?
It is. It is. No, it's not too close, but it's not far away either. Haha. It is roughly around here-ish. So you'd have to go down the lane, go a little bit through. Like it's in the bend into the. It's 6 houses down. Fairly
Wait,
large
guys, do we have
houses.
do we have a signal? I feel like we should have had a signal before we all hid and stuff.
Well, I
Thaden
think
says
we.
from behind where you can't see. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. Don't turn around. Don't look. Can I walk ahead of the group, but like skirting in the shadows, trying to? I I want to. I don't want to go so far where I can't see my group, but I want to stay ahead of them in the shadows, going towards the building.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Faux shizzles.
I
What exactly
will.
are we hiding from again?
If you allow me, I'll also be looking around in case I don't like bump into somebody else who's also hiding.
Probably one of your
Tagrin,
party members.
I think the street just kind of lends itself to being hidden.
What's your excuse then?
Look, I'm trying my best here, okay? I don't know if you've heard this, okay? I've been having a really shitty day, and I don't need to fucking take this right now.
Hey, you've been having a shit
17
day.
perception.
I got kidnapped by the
Um,
mob.
You
Who's
see
fighting
all
them?
of your party members and
My
a
family
black cat
disappeared.
sleeping in a window.
Okay, that kind of sucks, but also the mob kidnapped me. Me, not my family. So like, it's more personal because I'm
Me,
the one suffering, not somebody else.
Guys,
me,
Guys.
my family gone.
guys, you're not hiding anymore. Everybody can hear you.
Okay,
Question: if your family's gone, then how did you get the receipt?
I wasn't talking to you, Halder.
Doesn't matter. This is important information.
Wait, why does it matter
Well,
that we're
so
not
much
hiding?
for our friggin' stealth.
I'm not still clear.
Hey,
I'm still not
Thaden,
clear
did you
on why
find
we're
anything?
hiding.
Now the problem is that I still can't see you, but if I find you, I'm gonna ask you some serious questions. Now, where are you?
I am nowhere.
She's
You
literally
better be
standing.
glad that I cannot cast light yet. Yeah, girl.
While they're all arguing, may I continue to the building?
Absolutely, yeah. You end up in front of the lamppost that works still. On the other side of the lamppost, directly behind you, is a large warehouse, and it has a large snake symbol on the door.
Anybody standing near or around it?
Nope.
17 perception.
Nope.
Did you find the
I'll-
door? With
I'll
the
wait for the
snake?
rest of them.
Callie walks
Uh-huh.
up and pops up behind him. What'd you find?
Well, the warehouse is right here. I don't see
Oh,
anyone.
so
Do you
it's-
guys?
So it's a right here house.
I'm sorry. Are you a comedian? I thought you were a wizard, but I suppose comedian would make more sense.
Comedian, wizard. What's the difference?
Magic can be funny.
One's funny.
Usually my magic's pretty funny, even if I'm not trying to make it very funny.
Well, that's comforting. Thank you.
Glad to help.
I'm
Well,
so glad about my armor.
should we check for a way in? Should we just knock? I mean,
What
I'll try
about
to open
the
windows?
It's a ramshackle 2-story warehouse, and
Yelder's totally knocking on the door.
Wait,
You
no,
do
I
that?
was
No,
going to
wait.
knock.
okay, that's that.
Wait,
So I also run up and knock simultaneously with Yelder.
I will deck into the shadows again.
Callie tries to duck.
So the
Callie also tries to duck to the side.
As does Phoenix.
Sure. The warehouse stands at the back of an outer yard behind a high fence. You open the fence; it's not locked, and you walk up to the front door and knock on it hard. Then Kagrin jumps over you and also knocks on it hard. However, no response comes from inside.
Well, nobody's home. I guess we just go in, right?
Yeah, we could open the door a little bit and then yell something.
Is it locked?
I try to open the door.
It does not open.
I knock again louder and I yell, "I'm here to tell you about your Lord and Savior."
Phoenix jumps up and kind of tries to shove Hjalder out of the way, and she is going to try to pick the lock.
You will find I'm very not shovable, but I will move out of.
Very not shovel.
I did not add my thieves tools to this tools. What is it? Dex?
Dex +2.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, 18. No, 19. I am so good at math. No, 17. +2. Yeah. 19. Math.
Okay. You hear a faint click from inside the lock as it opens.
Okay, I don't know why a whole bunch of stuff just clicked, but it was just the first one.
Yeah, according to Roll20, you open the door and you do some backflip.
I did do it. Yeah. I opened the door and then I did a backflip. That's exactly what I did because that was a 20 on acrobatics.
Well, that was a nice little celebratory backflip you did. I'm gonna see if I can see any.
You know,
One.
Phoenix, there's no need for showboating. Okay.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I could do it.
Probably
I think my laptop mouse might be incredibly sensitive.
It is,
I also would like to peek into the warehouse.
It is indeed dark.
Hello?
Tis indeed a warehouse.
I'd like to fill out an application.
I'm still here to talk about our Lord and Savior.
Don't listen to him. He's not with me.
No, Hjalder, no one's gonna come to the door for that. Okay, just don't tell anyone that.
No, I want to scat him.
May I look for a window while they're all at the door?
There are. You can definitely look for a window.
So
Can I look
stealthily,
around for
I will
movement?
creep up to a window.
Okay, sure. There are a couple all around the building. Most of them are, however, brown and black, just from the dirt that has accumulated on it for the last couple of years, probably.
I will creep up to one of the back windows and give it a.
Okay, sure. It is stuck, but it's not locked.
May I gently try to open?
Sure, I will put you guys on the map.
I think this is breaking and entering. I'm pretty sure that's a log.
Uh,
Technically, we did the breaking.
Technically, Phoenix broke and we end. So that really just makes us accessories.
I
I'd say
like
we have plenty of
accessories. Have you
plausible
seen my scarf?
deniability.
Yeah. As a smith, I craft a lot of accessories. So
Okay, so as both you, Thaden, open the window into the warehouse, and Kagrin, you open a door, you both end up at the same site. Tables and chairs have been carelessly tossed around the floor. The warehouse is a mess, and there are corpses of dozens of men lying along the wall. There are rapiers and daggers lying nearby. And on the north side of the area, a stair rises to an open level above. And that is where we'll pick up next session.
No.
Aww.
And Thaden is hurling for some reason.
Hi, this is Callie. Thank you so much for watching Half Dice Will Travel.
Don't turn around, cause you're gonna see my heart. No, okay.
Turn around.
Every now and then, get a little bit rest, and you never come around.
Turn around.